Rawabi Farm.
Ani ibu mo.
Rawabi Farm.
ഞാൻ ആദ്യം വീഡിയോ ഒക്കെ ഷൂട്ട് ചെയ്തു വീഡിയോയിൽ കൊണ്ട് തോന്നുന്നു.
Look at the view. Look. പൂച്ചിട്ട് പറ.
നടക്കി വെയിലത്ത് നടക്കി. ബാ ഇത്രയും അയ്യോ
ഒക്കെ പോയി ഈ നോക്കിക്കോളാൻ നമ്മൾ എല്ലാത്തിനും അപ്പുറത്തേക്കാക്കി എന്താ
ഈ സൈഡ്
പിന്നെ അങ്ങോട്ട് തുറന്നു അവിടെ കണ്ടില്ല അവിടെ തുറന്നിട്ടുണ്ട് ആദ്യം അവിടെ അല്ല വള്ളി പോയി അതെ അതെ
Yes. Okay. So for those who didn't catch my name is Aisha. Al-Rawabi started in 1989, 35 years ago. Our CEO, he's from Sudan. His name is Dr. Ahmed Tijani. Thanks to Tijani, we are here. And Tijani actually, he started Al-Rawabi with only 500 cows. But now we have more than 17,000 cows. 17. We have more than 17,000 cows. But we have more than 9,000 cows who are milking. Why I keep saying more than the reason because few cows might be pregnant, they just give birth, they are about to give birth, few might be sick or something. So we will have a separate area for those. So that is the reason the number of the milking cows can fluctuate. You can see how this place works. I will explain. The cows will be coming now, don't worry. You can see those cows, they have just left. And this is the most important thing actually because this is how they are giving the signal to the cows that we are about to start milking. And the second most important reason is that they will see by themselves if anything is there or not, it's properly clean or not. So after cleaning, they will place the nozzle and the milking process starts. You can see the red light. So this is how they indicate that a specific station is working. The red of course indicates stop work. This station is stop working.
എനിക്ക് 50 വട്ടം ചവക്കുന്നുണ്ട് അല്ല ഇറങ്ങി മക്കളെ ഇറങ്ങണെടുക്ക് ക്ലീൻ പോരല്ലേ നടക്കാനൊക്കെ
ഇവിടെയാണ് ഈ പശുക്കളൊക്കെ ഉണ്ടാവില്ല ഇഷ്ടംപോലെ പശുക്കളൊക്കെ.
There are cooling systems we have installed in the roof. So this is how they will keep them away. And we will in the summer time and in the winter time we make sure that these curtains are rolled up and everything.
നിറച്ചുണ്ടല്ലോ.
That is the time when they start giving the milk. After a few weeks, when the babies are in here, actually the area where we have more
the babies in the baby cow that in the cow that
them. This is the place where the initial training starts. We have to maintain the distance for each of the cows because we don't want if anyone can get sick that they don't pass the germs to the others. And this is how we teach them how to sit at one place, stand at one place. You can see the yellow and the blue buckets, everyone. You guys are listening, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you can see the blue and the yellow bucket. This is how we teach them. If you're thirsty, which bucket to go. If you're hungry, which bucket to go. Once they learn all these things, they are in this area, this current area. And the yellow tags, everyone, you guys have noticed, right? So this is the tracking system we have. There's a chip inside the ear of every calf we have. I call it as ear piercing we do for everyone. So few might have 2 piercings as well. Because this is how we track them from which barn they are, which patches they are. And it never happened in Al Rawabi that one cow has gone for the fourth time of the milking process, because each cow is going only 3 times. So they will never get mixed with another batch. And we can get to know the history of the cows as well, that how many babies she had, what is the health issues she previously had or anything. And inside this corner areas we have places where the ladies go to the rest period as well. Al Rawabi land is around 115 hectares. It's a huge land to maintain. So we come up with our own water recycling system.
150
We use the
hectare.
recycled water for the cleaning purpose of the vehicles, the cows and plantation of course. At your left side, these are the water recycling system we have, and everyone at the right side, we will be crossing the area where we keep the cow dung at your right side. So we do have, we prepare our own fertilizers as well. We use the cow dung for ourselves. So we are selling the fertilizers to Dubai Municipality and other smaller farms as well. Why do we keep the cow dung for ourselves? That's the reason, because at the right side, everyone, again, we have a biogas plant. So you will be able to see 2 yellow tankers, 2 huge ones, and 3 big silo at the back. Have you all seen it?
Yes, yes.
So what happens? We have the any of the wastages, expired products, any damaged glasses or anything will have solid. Other will contain the liquid. It will stay there 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days to the bigger silo. 30 days, 60, and 90. Then they will, of course, the wastages will generate smell in the gas, and that gas will generate us electricity. So we are having a small help from biogas plant, but we are still using the Diva, of course. You have seen the powdered thing all over the farm, right? This is how we maintain the smell of the cow dung also, and this is how we prepare the fertilizer. So now we are heading towards our food division. The cows, food for the cows. So we are not just giving them the grasses and hay, we are giving them different types of food, like we are giving them barley, cereal.
എന്താണ്?
We will import these from different parts of world, like South Africa, we have Sudan, USA, Spain.
കണ്ടോ ഫുഡ് കൂട്ടിയിട്ട് കണ്ടില്ലേ? ഓ ഇതാണ് കൊടുക്കുന്നേ.
For the cows, in these warehouses, the bird eats for free. Again, at your left side, these are 4 big silo we have, where we store the food for the cows for 6 months. We are crossing at the left side. This is the factory we have specifically only for the cornflakes. So we are crushing them. We have hundreds and hundreds of helpers. These helpers will put the food in the mouth of the baby cows, and they will help them chew. So this is how we teach them as well. Again, at the left side, these are the 4 big silo we have. We will, and the machineries you will be able to see. So this is how we weigh that. We weigh that how much tons we require for one of the barn according to how many cows are there. As you all know that it's summer, it's very hot, so we are not having biryani, mandi and I don't know what parathas every day, right? So we are consuming the lighter food. For the cows, we can't change the food. So what we do, we are mixing the date syrup with the food, so it's easier for the cows to digest. And in the morning, we are giving them pancakes in the syrup of date syrup. Just kidding. No, seriously. So the bigger the farm, the bigger expired products and all those things, right? So at the right side, we have an area where we receive the expired product, and we are of course dumping it. It's a misconception in the market that we are using the expired milk to prepare yogurt and the cheese. It's of course. I will explain about that. Just have a look about at your right side. This is the cold storage area.
ആ കോൾഡ് സ്റ്റോറേജ് ഏരിയ ഉണ്ട്.
Right side, everyone, this is the cold storage area we have. You can see so many vehicles and the big windows, right? So what happens about the expired product? So once we receive it, suppose there is a Lulu who ordered like 20,000 liters of 2-liter bottles, right? So we will have a calculation that how much was sold, how much was damaged, how much was returned, and every single step is done under the observer are disposing and crushing the bottles and throwing it all away. The expired product. Mostly would be returned, but mostly they will throw it. So before we head towards the last stop, I'm explaining about the milk. That's okay? Okay. So the first place was the milking parlor where we are getting the milk from the cows. So what happens? We have silver pipes, right? So known as silo. We will put we'll place the milk in there. It will cool down naturally, because every cow's body temperature is different. When it is cooled down naturally, we will put, they will transport it through the silver tanker you have seen outside.
Yes.
That silver tanker will take the milk and it will get connected with the dairy plant where we are going now. I will show you. So the milking production starts. So the first procedure we do with the milk is pasteurization.
Yes.
We will boil the milk on a heat that all germs are killed.
Mati.
Second procedure we do with the milk is homogenization process. We make sure that every single drop of milk have all the nutrients and the fats all equally. For example, in our home country, when we boil the milk, there is thick layers on the top, right? The cream, the malai, the yogurt. Here we don't have it. We are assuming maybe it's not fresh, but the reason is we are doing homogenization process
Yes.
that makes sure each and every drop have all the nutrients and vitamins in it. Did that get it right?
Yes.
Okay. So the homogenization process makes sure every drop